Looking for a military strategist, a strategic motivator, right? And one that knows how to use traps and snares, surprises. He would only use love, Love, love. Now, to me, it took me a long time to get to have enough courage to just use the word. Y'all know I've been bouncing around it for years. But that's what we're using, not using nothing else. Why are we using that? Because they ain't got it. Shall I repeat it again? Why is that the policy, the main policy? Because they don't have they can't counterfeit it, they don't have nothing. They can't stop it. And at times in history, that has been the main thing certain personalities would use. The Old Testament prophets is going to be fire and brimstone. Boy, straighten up, but you're just going to get your behind lit up. And mostly that's what they got. They got drowned in the sea. Boy, them people didn't listen. They got it hard. We'll get the same thing here if we don't listen. Because Allah is handing this to us. I'm talking about us right here. Not to everybody else out there. They hand them that stuff they got. It's unbelievable that you can listen to 10 lectures or khutbahs, and they are good khutbahs, but they don't mention Zionists at all. They don't mention anything. I didn't believe you could, not only is Palestine not, Yemen is not mentioned. Definitely Saudi Arabia is not mentioned, right? They're not even talking about Syria. They're not talking about Hezbollah. They're not talking about the Zionist and the American entity. They're given wonderful khutbahs if you're living in love land, peace land somewhere. Okay, let me move toward a close. So this love trap, as you want to call it, that's what it is. Love trap is a tractor beam. You notice on the movie they got Star Trek, they got this push, but it's a tractor beam that holds you in place. Your rocket ship trying to go somewhere and they can't get away because the tractor beam is holding them. That's the way Boss Man is. Right now, Boss Man would love to change the subject to anything else. We're not changing it. This is the one we're working on. Why? Because this is what Allah gave us. You have to be alive and well enough to understand what is Allah giving you. And you have to have the courage and the ability to use that in your time. Right? Because certain other stuff he ain't gave you. He ain't gave you slickness and all this, that, and other. No. This love trap. Why? Because he don't have none of it. He don't do that. Right? He don't have any. He don't even understand it. He don't understand it. So you could walk on your tippy toes, turn flips, do anything you want, because he don't know what you're doing. He don't understand it. And you can hit him in his eye all day long, bop, and he don't know till after you didn't hit him. What is that? This is love. Bam. Hit him again. Bam. What is that? Well, I feel all this stuff. I'm getting this stuff knocked out of me. Well, what is it? Love, love. No Negro ever came with that attack, right? Not from the black days, not from nobody. They ain't never came with that. Tell the truth. Everybody made them mad, and then they don't trust each other. What do you think the people in Oakland was trying to do? Make you mad. Make you lose your composure. Make you hate Negroes. because the Negroes cut your throat and they steal, and they do it boldly to make you mad. Well, that's a good thing that they do it boldly and openly. That way you don't have to figure out what the trick is because they're doing it right there in front of you. That's called, that's what that tractor beam is. You hold them in place, and all they're doing is out there waving their hand and trying to, and you got them in place. I'm telling you, this go round, it's our go round. Here's why: it's the time. It's not. We don't know how much time is left in this dispensation, but it's not a whole lot, right? This is different than the time before. The time before, we had plenty of time to just cruise and take it easy. And we said that's what we're doing. Deja vu, we've seen it all before. Well, we ain't saying deja vu this time. Yes, but we've seen it all before. But this is the new time. Okay, let me see here. We'll have a few things like what we're calling PreE Development. Right now, what we're doing is, if you notice and you look, as soon as we start going out, the numbers start cutting down. It's okay. We're going to still do the same thing. And we're going to do it, and then by the time, although you can see a few things different, like for instance, I don't know where they got the thing, but remember all that stuff just down there? Pepsi Colas and all that. Did somebody bring that from? I was here when they brought it. I mean, but I saw the guys. They brought it from over in Virginia. Okay, the point is it's innocent. So people are trying to figure out how to help. We don't have to worry about our message. Do you think the Muslims out here don't know who's whipping them upside the head? Do you think that they don't know who the Zionists are? Now, imagine a perfect platform has been handed to us, and we deal with the Zionists like, oh, them old Zionists ain't nothing. That's the way we feel. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The people got to sneak around and help because they're scared to death, right? Just imagine, I got a call the other day. If you need certain, just fill out something. I can tell you it's right out there. Y'all know where it's at if I mention it. I said, oh, you just say that you know that. I say, you could help us with, I said, you remember the stuff y'all used to give us years ago? You used to give out all them $20 cards. You remember them? You could go to Halalco and you'd give us 2,000 or 3,000, sometimes 4,000 or 5. In fact, there was a time when the Masjid in D.C. wouldn't even go out and pick theirs up. So they would give us theirs. Now you go and drop them off to them. See, I drop them off. I said, it's just like the Negroes. No, it's just like the white boys when it was 500,000 people at the demonstration downtown. And 21 full. Tell the truth, wasn't they full? They was full. The smallest one was those orange Home Depot 5-gallon buckets. They had $100 bills, $50 bills, $20 bills, and they had change in there holding it down. It couldn't even blow away. We put 21 of those in the medicine emergency, right? Why, the white boys would pull right up to the stage and set the thing down. And all these Negroes, I said, man, I was just saying to myself, these white folks is crazy. And if they do this again, I'm going south on their behind. If they don't watch that money, because we put it up for them. Now they didn't give us none of that because we didn't ask for none of it. But I don't know how much money it was. I just know it was 21 5-gallon buckets full of money with all kind of, you could see his bills in there. And there was enough change in there to hold the bills down, right? So the wind couldn't blow it away. They didn't do that again, because I swore if y'all Euros do that one more time, I'm going to knock you over. Because I got a crew back here that would love. Y'all don't care nothing about all that money? And we could build a whole state apparatus, right? With that money. That's why you know the government was supporting the thing.
You know, I heard they did the same thing at
The
the Million Man March too.
Million Man March?
Yeah, they just passed some money up to.
The Million Man March, now it was a little more in the Million Man March.
Yeah.
The Million Man March, them big old, they wasn't throwing a whole lot of change because the crew that takes the money don't like a lot of change. Them big black 55, whatever they are, they had so many of them. It's unbelievable. And they didn't share the money either with all the other groups that helped. Wasn't that one of the, they was saying, man, that's cold. You know, that's cold. But thanks to Allah, we're not involved in that. Because the people, what does all that money do for them? They could get a ranch somewhere and stay out there. You know. Okay. So we got the floor on this anti-Zionism. It's counter-human, anti-earth, anti-black, anti-everything that's going on now. Okay, there's something that's different during this period. Only Allah knows the end of any cycle or period, but it don't look good for humanity right now. It just don't look good. It's not like before. We'll take our time and we're not, but now it ain't like, hey, we're not in a hurry. But it don't look like a whole lot of time, you know. Whatever has to happen should be happening soon. And guess what? Ain't nobody else even thinking about it. I don't know what they put in the drink or put in the food. They're not even thinking about it. Okay. So I'll move toward a close. Anti-Zionism, counter-Zionism. Remember, As-Sabiqun, those who lead the way and those who show the way. As-Sabiqun ala walun. So it's not arrogance, but what it is we've been doing this so long, and everybody have had a chance to say or do or act out what they think is happening or what might happen or what. Okay, so we've had a chance to see all that, and we don't see any response. So I'll just go over what we're doing in this stage. Next month, we'll be writing the flyers for February, Black History Month. So we'll give them the Islamic picture of Islamic movement in North America, from civil rights, black nationalism, to Islam. And from Islam on to where we are, and on to what they did in the meantime. So usually it's easy to start at freedom rides, civil rights, right? And then come up to black nationalism, black liberation, and the transition to Islam, like Imam Jamil's period. Okay, we're going to do that. But then the period in between, those last 45 years that we've been doing right here, we have to give an account of that period. And then on into the future, where are we going from here? We're not asking the question. We already have what seems like the action and the dialogue and the historical perspective to know basically where we should go from here. Simply is take on the Zionists. When you take on the Zionists, you take on the enemy of humanity, and that is the shaitan of our time, the Zionist. And if you saw some of